What is going on, guys? Edge of Spider-Verse issue 4. So basically, when this issue came out on Wednesday, I actually came to edit the video and everything like that. I came to review it, and the Marvel website was just going crazy. Like, I went to buy the comic or redeem it or whatever you call it, and basically it told me that it wasn't available. It told me that it didn't exist. And I was just, well, obviously it did exist because I had like the physical comic next to me. But anyway, moving on. So basically the Marvel website has fixed their problem, and it apparently exists now. So I can now do this review for you guys. So yeah. Also guys, really quick, I'm actually doing a giveaway for this issue as well. So yeah, my question to you guys for this issue is, what do you guys think of this comic? What was your outtake on this comic? So like, what do you think about the direction they went with this comic? Because this comic is actually quite more of a gory horror movie type thing, so it's kind of weird. It's hard to explain, but I just accidentally hit my mic. Whoops. But yeah, so let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about the direction they took. Let me know your thoughts on it, and I'll randomly just choose a winner in Edge of Spider-Verse issue 5. Anyway, let's get into this awesome comic because I actually really love the character. So yeah, let's do it. Alright, so kicking off in page 1 of Edge of Spider-Verse issue 4. So as you can see, it is a very familiar universe, much similar to the 616 universe. However, we are actually reading about Patton Parnell, or Parnell, or however you guys want to pronounce that, but personally, I'm going to say Patton Parnell. And I don't understand what he was doing here, because to me, it looks like that he's like being a peeping Tom. Like, I was wondering what he was doing, but apparently he is observing her. Now, this is kind of similar to the Mary Jane love interest. She even looks very similar to Mary Jane, and her name is actually Sarah Jane, or something like that. Sarah? I'm just going to say Sarah. Anyway, moving further into the comic, now we actually find out that she is kind of a bit of like a recycle, save the planet maniac. And they've discovered that Alcorp, obviously the counterpart to Oscorp, has been experimenting on animals. Now, they actually set out to save these animals, and of course, Patton goes to save the spider, and once he picks it up, he's actually bitten by the spider, which gives him his spider powers. So they basically get caught, and the next day, it goes to Patton lying in bed, feeling ill, and we find out some really interesting things here. Like, he gets webbed fingers, he's getting all these spider characteristics, but one thing that we actually discover about Patton's life is the fact that he's actually living with his uncle. Now, obviously in the 616 universe, he's living with his Uncle Ben and Aunt May, but in this universe, it seems to be just his uncle, who is kind of an alcoholic maybe, and he doesn't exactly want Patton to be living there and stuff like that, and he abuses him. He beats the crap out of Patton with a belt, and it's pretty messed up. Now, of course, because Patton has been bitten by this spider, he starts getting all these spider characteristics. He starts getting all these cravings for food that he should not be eating. Like, he's just eating a guinea pig or a rat, and he actually tried eating a cat. So that was pretty messed up. But the one thing that I love about this comic is that it's kind of going on the test of karma. So it's kind of like what goes around comes around, in my opinion anyway. Like, so his uncle has been like abusing Patton like most of his life, and then the moment that Patton gets these spider powers, he straight up just murders his uncle, and it is awesome. I absolutely love the fangs that was coming out of like Patton's mouth there. They were huge. He looks awesome, and I absolutely love the direction that this comic is taking in general, just with the whole goriness type of thing with it. Like, he's eating animals and it's showing a lot of blood and stuff like that. It's just awesome, and it's quite graphic as well. And moving on to one of the downsides of this comic, actually, I don't understand what happened here. Basically, the equivalent of Flash Thompson, the bully in the Spidey universe, actually challenges Patton to like a fight in the lunch area or in the locker room or wherever they were going at lunch, and it never shows what happens. All we are left to assume is the fact that he died. Basically, it didn't show what happened to him. They said that they were going to meet, and I was expecting maybe some sort of fight between them, or I don't know, but that didn't even happen. They just cut that out, so I don't know what happened there. But anyway, moving on, we can see that Patton has a whole lot of confidence now that he's got his spider powers, and this Sarah Jane actually comes back to his house, and he just lays his fangs straight into her neck, and she actually slaps him, and this reveals his spider face, which is just awesome. I absolutely love the art on this comic as well, and just this part where he's like crawling around the door is so creepy, and I think that is actually his uncle on his bed, which is just so messed up, because he's like screaming, saying that he can feel like spiders moving around underneath his skin and stuff like that, and it's so creepy. But going back to the idea of what goes around comes around with karma and everything like that, just as he's about to kill Sarah Jane or put her in a cocoon or something, Morlun actually appears to basically absorb the energy of this new Spider-Man, this Patton, and he just straight up rips his arm off. Morlun is just talking about how he's a fresh totem, how he's quite young, and he just absorbs the life energy, and I absolutely love it because it shows how much of a villain this Spider-Man was, this Patton actually became. And of course he was isolated from the world because he just studied spiders all the time. And then on the last page we actually see Sarah Jane the next day actually wake up thinking that it was a dream, and basically these spiders start crawling out of her bite wound on her neck, and it is just disgusting, it's creepy, it's kind of got a bit of horror to it as well, which I think is awesome. But I absolutely love this new take on this character, and this is actually one of my favourite Edge of Spider-Verse issues, so yeah. But anyway, moving on to my final verdict, I actually believe that this comic for me personally is an 8 out of 10. I kind of didn't like how it just cut some things out, like it cut the death of that bully out. Like, remember when he said, yeah, I'll meet you at lunch to fight in the locker room or whatever it was, and then it just never like shown the page. It was dead weird. And also with that guy who lost his dog called Gene, it never shown how he died or anything like that. But I did like the direction that they took with that, because you kind of guessed that he killed them. Like, I liked that, but I would have preferred to see how he killed them and stuff, because he was still like developing as a character. And of course, I loved it. I've already said like a million times that I love the direction, but I mean the whole thing about him turning into a man spider, much like the 90s cartoon Spider-Man where he actually grew 3 arms and stuff. That was awesome. And yeah, as I've already said, 8 out of 10. It was so good. Guys, don't forget about my giveaway about this issue as well. And yeah, don't forget to hit the like button once you have entered the giveaway, and just hit the like button anyway if you do like my video, because it really means a lot. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
House time is anytime, and anytime is house.